5,
Sticker badges.
Why is it
4,
so late today?
3, 2, 1. Roll the open.
Hello and welcome to Weekend Double. I'm Gerald. That's Nick. Nick, are you ready for the Rebel?
As ready as I'm gonna be. I've got my ass kicked so far today at Oaklawn, so I'm down to my last couple bucks that maybe be firing at Turfway as we speak as they're trying to load them into the gate.
Well, it's a nice big field, so it should be some good betting options in here. And we were just talking a little bit off air. Wouldn't be surprised if any one of these won, but there are definitely some that I'm leaning towards. It sounds like you've been watching the track all day, and it's speed favoring. That
It
does favor a few in here.
it seems like it. I mean, at the very least, the times have been really fast. But I mean, the race before this in the Razorback, you just had three horses go round in a circle, and they just kind of went around, and the highest of the prices won, and it was a nose bob, but a sprinter came in second as far as I'm concerned. So it's been peculiar.
Well, we did have one scratch. Bullard, we mentioned yesterday, Bullard spiked a fever, and so he will not be running today. I'm curious to see where this one runs in the future, but we'll have a pretty good size. I think it's a field of 13, I believe. Yeah, field of 13.
Yep.
With the scratch of Bullard. And there's some in here that I would not be surprised. Cold Battle and Speed King, off the top of my head, are two that are real big question marks for me. And
Yep.
you seem to think that they have shots at winning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Matticat Road, and so I kind of make this a somewhat open race. I think Sandman's going to be up against it. I think he's going to be way over bet, which it looks like he is, based on everybody seeing that terrible break he got in the Southwest. So I'm against him, and I'm against to some degree Matticat Road, which to me then means it's up to everybody else. And I've seen Cold Battle and Speed King, win on this track, so I've been pretty impressed with those two.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up here. Let me see if I can get the field here. Looks like something's going your way.
Yeah, I finally hit a bet today. Probably been pay me nothing, but it's hit the exact at Turfway that's going to pay $55. All right, for $1, so $26.50. I should be less excited for $26.50, and yet here I am.
Well, it's a field of 13, like I mentioned, and let me just go through the field real quick. Cold Battle, who should be near the lead, the number one, currently 9-1. The 2 is Admiral Dennis. This one's 26-1. This one's been struggling a bit on this Derby trail.
I was
actually no, he got second last time, I think.
He won in an allowance race. I was interested with him before the day because he'd been, he had that bad race at the fairgrounds, then came back at fairgrounds and won an allowance race and kind of won it easily. But I think he's up against it here based on, if my idea of the track is correct, he's going to have a hard time winning because he's going to come from further back. But if he does come and he does make a bit of a run, I think he may be back on the trail if he, makes a good showing here.
Yeah, I agree. Sandman's the 3. This one's taking the most money right now at 9-5. Sandman was second in the Southwest last time. 4 is Hypnus, and I think you like Hypnus if I remember correctly. Hypnus is currently 9-1 with Brian Hernandez aboard.
And I did really like him. Again, he's kind of in that same boat that I had him with Admiral Dennis. And I mean, I liked Bullard the most out of all of them, and he had scratched. But I think Admiral Dennis and Hypnus are kind of filling that role. But like I say, I think coming from off the pace is going to make it a bit tough to win today. And I think that's what those two want. So, maybe I'm overblowing this speed bias, which I've said now the last 3 times we've been on air, is that there's a speed bias. So maybe I'm just seeing a bias in my own view. So maybe hopefully I'm completely wrong and he comes and runs.
Hypnus now 8-1. Winner last time out at the fairgrounds and maiden special weight. The 5 is Matticat Road. My top pick here. I like Matticat Road. He's been able to keep up for the most part with Citizen Bull and Rodriguez, who I think are very good. Was third behind them in the Robert Lewis, and currently 5-1, which feels about right. So that's going to be my money back special, Matticat Road.
Makes a lot of sense. And we saw the Baffert Cornucopia just crush that main special rate in race 5, and they shipped out together, owned by the same group, trained by Baffert, rode by IRAD. It's one of those, like, did Matticat Road accompany Cornucopia out, or Cornucopia accompany Matticat Road out? And maybe they both just went for fun, and Baffert just takes all the money and goes home.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see this one run. The 6 is Publisher at 11-1. Publisher last time a 6th place finish in the Southwest.
Got a terrible ride, and it's a terrible ride because Steve Asmussen took his son off and put Pratt on. So it may be the biggest move in horse racing at this point, is putting Pratt on. I don't think he's that good, but also you're getting 11-1 in Pratt. So, he crazier things have happened. How about that?
That's for sure. Publisher Dreamin' Blue, the 7 is next at 33-1. Dreamin' Blue, a winner last time out at Oaklawn in the maiden special weight. You give this one no chance?
I don't understand, but they're running for 1.25 million, so good for them. Hopefully they get some money.
The 8 is Innovator at 29-1. Innovator last time out was third in the Lecomte.
Yeah, and he's been first at the first call in all but one of his races. And if you're going to believe the bias that I'm seeing, he's a great bet. I have a buddy who's in the contest, and he's alive to him for $25 in the double, which is currently paying $255 for one, and he has it for $25. So I'm rooting very hard for Innovator, because my friend Ron's going to be rich if that happens.
Well, good luck to Ron. The 9 is an interesting one. We think he's more of a sprinter, and we do have some crazy future money on Smokin' Wicked. The 9 for Dallas Stewart, Tyler Gaffleone rides, currently 11-1. Winner last time in the Louisiana Futurity.
He's this is your account. I'm going to give you all the credit in the world if this one runs. I think he's a sprinter, but I've said stupider things on this on these airwaves than that. So I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but I won't be shocked when I'm completely wrong.
I think if anything, if you're looking for a closer, Smokin' Wicked's going to help you on that end, because I think he could really go out and really change the pace here. So we'll see. But I'm excited to have a little piece of this one just in case.
Yep.
The 10 is Bullard, the scratch. We talked about that. The 11 is Speed King. Speed King currently 5-1. Speed King, winner of the Southwest last time out.
It's a crazy thing. Is the Springboard Mile has been a key race, and both of the first, second, the Springboard Mile have come back to run 1-2 at Oaklawn, and they're both in this race. So he's got this trip that I expect that Innovator and Smokin' Wicked want. So if he's the best, which he proved last time, maybe he just runs for fun. I find it hard to believe, but I cashed on him last time. I'm not going to bet anything on him this time. But man, it's hard to be against him. How about that?
Well, it's funny that we're even mentioning the Springboard Mile this time of year, but yeah, ended up being a pretty decent race.
Yes.
The 12 is Brereton's Baytown, currently over 99-1. Was first last time out in a claiming race at Laurel.
You said enough about that horse as far as I'm concerned.
The 13, Tistastic. I think you liked Tistastic at one point. Was third last time out in the Southwest Stakes. Tistastic currently taking a little money, 9-1.
Yep,
Jose Ortiz.
I still like him, but he kind of falls. He fills that Bullard void that I have in my heart, that Admiral Dennis, Hypnus, and Tistastic are kind of filling. I think they'd be great sitting right off and closing into a super fast pace. So if the speed is not holding and your boy Smoking Wicked does burn it up, and there is a pace to close into. 2-4-13 exacta box is kind of the play in my head.
Okay, and closing out the field is 14 Hot Gunner. I'm not giving this one much of a chance. I don't like the post. I don't like what he's done in the past.
They projected to be 190 to 1 is I think enough said about that one. But again, crazy things happen, and I'm not gonna be this one and the 12, I would actually be shocked if they won.
Yeah. What are we? We're about 2 minutes to post. So let me get the track screen up here.
So I've talked myself into one bet. I've cashed it. My Great Place Turfway. I actually hit a bet today, unlike anywhere else today at Oaklawn. And I'm going to just play a very small exacta box of 2, 4, and 13, hoping that I'm wrong and that there is a bit of a pace meltdown. And I'm probably going to also play the 5 kind of over those 3, or maybe I'll key that one. I find it hard to play this Baffert here because he does just seem like an also ran, but man, it's hard to play against Baffert in this spot, isn't it? And I mean, if you take away that it's a Baffert, he fits and he makes a lot of sense. So I think I need to just get out of my own way on this one.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overthink this, but there are some that I like underneath, and I was looking for a long shot, but I think I'm just going to play this straight. I'm going to take my 5 to 1 on Matticat Road. Yeah, still 5 to 1. I'm going to take the 5 to 1. That's going to be my money back special. I'm not playing any exactas. I think it's too hard, but you'd be probably smart to put in a Cold Battle or a Speed King. The exacta is going to pay. The exacta to me is going to pay, and it's worth investing if you're really trying to make some money. It's not going to be the top 2. It's not going to be the top 2 wagering favorites, and if it is, it's still going to pay decent. Like I'm looking at it, the 3 over the 5.
You're still 18 to 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're headed to the gate now. So it looks like we're about a minute away. I'm sticking with Matticat Road. I think Matticat Road sits about 3 back and might have a little trouble making his way into the stretch. He might have a little traffic, but I think he's talented enough to make his way through and close easily.
I'm going to listen to you in some ways and completely not listen to you in most ways, but I'm going to key the 5 in the exacta and play the 1, 2, 4, 11, 13, either to beat him or to run second to him. So that's sort of my hope for the day, I guess.
Okay, and I got to throw in a long shot here. That's my thing. Along with Matticat Road, I would probably throw in.
You got to use your 9, right? You got to use Smoking Wicked.
I think Smoking Wicked is a 4th place. I think he somehow holds on to 4th place. So maybe I should be playing a super. But I'm gonna go with Tistastic. It's not really a long shot, but there's a bunch that are 5, 8, 9 to 1. I think Tistastic coming out of the 13 hole is gonna get in the exacta. I'll go Matticat Road over Tistastic for my exacta. What is that paying?
Let me see.
The 5 over the 13.
5, 13. Only 47 to 1.
I don't think that's long enough for me.
You don't think so? I mean,
no. What is the 5 over Smoking Wicked?
5-9 is paying 77.
See, that feels right. Let's do that. I'm going to do the Matticat Road over Smoking Wicked and Tistastic.
There you go. I put him in first or second, and the exacta key box is an interesting one because you kind of get both ways on him. It always hurts a little bit when your key falls out, but it's a Baffert, and man, he looks good. But he's not taking as much money as I thought. As they loaded the gate here, I'm a little shocked that he's not taking so much money.
Yeah, a lot of people like Sandman.
Coal Battle.
And
Admiral
I'm not
Dennis,
against Sandman. I don't
have
think
all gone
Sandman's
in.
bad. I
Slow
just
to
think
Dream and Blue
you
and
can't bet a
Innovator.
horse at 2-1 in this race at a 3-year-old race like this. It just
Smokin'
seems a little
Wicked goes
crazy.
in. Hypnus, post position 4.
All right, I'm going to switch over to the track. Good luck, Nick.
Connecticut Road goes
You too.
in. Speed King walking up. Goes right in, the Southwest winner. Here's Publisher the Maiden. Working with Brereton's Baytown. Post position number 12, a little bit rambunctious behind the gate, Brereton's Baytown. Brereton's Baytown goes in, 2 back. Tistastic, post 13. Into the outside post, the big long shot, Hot Gunner. 50 points to the winner of the Rebel. That's Kentucky Derby points. A lot of eyes on Sandman. We'll see how he breaks today. We're ready to go in the Rebel. And they're off. Good break from Sandman. Slow beginning for Admiral Dennis, who drops to the back of the pack. The Bob Baffert trained Madaket Road. He's on the lead today. Irad Ortiz says go immediately with him and hits the clubhouse turn in front. Smokin' Wicked running in second with Innovator Speed King. He's keyed up on a hold right now, 4 wide, easing off the top 3 as they round the first turn. Gap of 5 now to Coal Battle. He's in the 5th position. Dreamin' Blue and Tistastic are next. Hypnus racing alone, 2 ahead of Sandman. Then Hot Gunner alongside of Publisher the Maiden. He's 4 ahead of Brereton's Baytown. And Admiral Dennis is last. They're rolling on the lead, 22-2. That opening quarter for Madaket Road. The field must be separated by at least 18 lengths. Madaket Road, the pacemaker by 2. Innovators second. Smokin' Wicked third in a strung out group. Speed King for the first time in his racing career. He's stalking off the speed. He's 5 behind with a half mile to go. Gap of 2 to Coal Battle. Tistastic to the inside. Another 2 to Dreamin' Blue. The gray Sandman is getting a little bit closer with Hypnus as the first 8 or 9 start to pack up a little more now rounding the turn. Hot Gunner is next, completely giving way is Hot Gunner. Admiral Dennis still well out of it as they round the 4th turn. Innovators done. Madaket Road still on the lead. Coal Battle for the Lonnie Briley Barns running a big one. Here comes Coal Battle and Juan Vargas on the outside of Madaket Road rolling towards the lead. Coal Battle at the top of the lane. Madaket Road to the inside. Not done. It's Coal Battle narrowly ahead. Now Sandman's getting rolling. He's 3rd, but he's 7 behind. 16th to go. Coal Battle 16th left for the Rebel Stakes win. He's on top from Madaket Road and Sandman, who's run out of ground. Coal Battle, the story continues. This fantastic story. Coal Battle does it in the Rebel. He is a true gritty
Wow.
racer. Madaket Road was second.
Wow.
Sandman third.
That springboard mile is amazing.
Who would have thought the
It's only paying
springboard
100
mile?
$113 for $1 exacta.
Ah,
I mean, Sandman is good though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can't take anything away from Sandman. He broke well, he sat behind, and he came flying. He wants the
Yeah.
distance. They just got to get him closer, I think. But
yeah, but that's not a Derby style that you like.
no, I don't
mean,
like him in the
I think
Derby.
he gets in the Derby. I just don't think he's capable of winning the Derby.
Agreed.
And the 6 was who? Who was the 6? The 6 was
Oh, Publisher.
Publisher.
Wow. Publisher's a maiden still, and he's the one that Pratt was on. So Asmussen took his son off to put Pratt up and looked good.
Man, Coal Battle.
Number 1. Coal
Wow.
Battle was first. 5. Madaket Road was second.
I didn't
3,
see
Sandman
Coal
third,
Battle's
Publisher
trip,
fourth,
but it looked like he
1,
was
5,
close the whole
26.
way.
Your top 4. 1,
He was
5,
close. Yeah, he was
26.
sitting
He's
pretty
50 to
close
stand by
to that
until the
lead,
results
but
are declared
I think
official.
he was just behind Smokin' Wicked.
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And he broke out of the 1 hole, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's. I still wouldn't have picked Coal Battle to win, but I'm not shocked. Like this
No.
springboard mile just keeps surprising me, and,
Yep.
and I don't know where Speed King finished, but I bet he was not far behind 4th. I don't think he faded badly.
I don't think so. But like Innovator was up there and he finished basically last.
But Did they show the fractions? I wasn't paying much attention to the fractions.
Well, in the 9, I mean,
I know it was fast early.
yeah, 8 and 9 were up on that pace. So Smoke and Wicked and Innovator were up there, and they were
143.01.
and they were last at the end. So I mean that speaks well to the Coal Battle and Mattakit Road.
Yeah,
Huh.
138 mile, 138.44 mile.
Pretty
Started
good.
to slow down a little bit the
Yeah.
last quarter of the first mile, and then a normal finish.
Well,
A
but
respectable time, but I like the way Mattakit Road battled. He just wasn't able to stay up with Coal Battle.
I mean, a 45-second half mile and a minute 10 3/4 mile is that's moving, and he was out there by himself doing it. So I don't think I don't think he loses too much in defeat. I think they just went a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
I think they thought what I thought, which was you want to be on the front and I'll just carry you, and it did to some degree, just not enough. I think he was going too fast with, he wasn't under pressure. It wasn't like there was one on top of him for most of the race, but they were definitely, he could feel him, let's say.
Yeah, it was definitely his own decision to carry that fast pace, and just needs to relax a little bit, I think.
Yeah. And he's not raced that much. So you don't have too big of a problem with it, right? It's like, you don't want to be like, oh my God, he lost and you can't ever do anything. It's like, yeah, he ran a good race. He ran second in, his 4th career race in a $1.25 million grade 2. It's a good race. Probably not, going to make him the Derby winner, but also Mystic Dan won the Derby last year and he didn't win this race after winning the Southwest.
He's got 31 points now. He has he had 6 that I know of, and 25 here.
Right.
So he's got 31 points. He really just needs a top 4 finish in the next race, and he's in.
And you figure he will.
Road.
I mean, based on the way he ran, you figure he will.
Yeah. So, this ended up being a much better race than I expected.
Coal Battle is
he's the real deal. He's the real deal, man.
I don't get it. Right? Like, he broke his maiden on an off track at Evangeline Downs. They were going to run on the turf, and they were off the turf, and he won. And then they ran him at Kentucky Downs and run him at Keeneland on the turf, and he just wasn't good. And then they were like, all right, I guess this horse is okay, so we'll take him to Delta Downs, where he wins a $100,000 stake race. So from there, they're like, okay, I guess we'll take him to Remington, and we'll let him get a little run at the Derby, and he wins. And then he just comes to Oaklawn and just crushes twice.
Well, and then he wins. Yeah, and then he wins the Smarty Jones.
Yeah.
And then wins this.
The winner's circle. This is the official winner of the 2025 Rebel.
Time form numbers, which I prefer. He a little inflated, I think, in that springboard mile, getting a 106. But then at the Southwest or the Smarty Jones, he got a 98, and he had to got at least 100 on this race. I mean, that's going to be a big time, a big speed figure.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what that number comes up.
Yeah.
Wow. Well. Wow. He's in the Derby. It looks like I'm going to have to start putting some future money on him.
Yeah, I mean, I
have a little bit.
Listed? Okay, I was going to say I don't think
he
I
was
have
listed last time. I think he's been listed since the Springboard Mile,
which makes sense.
He was in the last 2.
Yeah, probably. I just one of those like, he won the Springboard Mile. I'm not going to play him, and now it's like he won the. Whatever this one is. What is this one? And he won that one. He should probably be bet. I mean, in the last one, he went off at 58-1. His $2 bet paid $119, and he just won.
Well,
the Rebel.
An interesting weekend. They moved to this race from Saturday to Sunday, which kind of made me a little anxious. I wanted to see this on Saturday with the John Battaglia, but we had to wait a day. It was worth it, even though Mattakit Road didn't win. He got some points. I think enough points that I think was worth running here. And I think Mattakit Road will get in. Coal Battle is in. Sandman, I'll have to check my chart, but I think Sandman has about 20 now, I think.
Well, he got winning that race last time, right? He got no, he didn't win. He got second to who won that race?
I'm going back here.
The
blah,
Southwest.
blah.
So he got 10 in that race against Speed King.
Yeah, I think he's got
And
20 now.
you know, he got
25.
one.
Yes, 25.
Yeah, 25. So I'll put him right there.
20
I do.
minutes of no race.
I do want to see
Well,
the
congrats to the also eligible
some of those rides though, because like Speed King was up there too at the at least through the backstretch. He was in the third, fourth spot, and he was nowhere to be seen at the end. I don't believe, right?
Yeah, he faded. I don't think he faded all the way to the back, but I think they definitely let up on him once they knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
But wow, well, it only gets better from here on out. Next weekend we have 3 races: the Fountain of Youth, the Gotham, and the San Felipe. I'm not so excited about the Fountain of Youth. I don't get real excited about Aqueduct Preps, but they are both 50-point races. And then the San Felipe is one that I think we're both really looking forward to.
I'm interested to see who's going to show up there, right? I mean, we have all these Baffords we've been talking about, and he sends Matticat Road over to Oaklawn. He's doing this, he's doing that. Like, who's coming? Is Barnes going to run here? Is who's he got? And I'm Rodriguez going. I don't know. And you got to at least have 5 in the race, or they get 75% of the points. So they're going to at least try to fill it up some.
Well, and at some point you're going to have to run some horses against each other. It's just that's all there is to it. You're going to run out of races, or you're going to kill yourself trying to run across the country. But Cold Battle picks up 50 points today. Matticat Road, a nice second, picks up 25. I think they're both probably headed for the Derby.
Yep.
We got a big weekend next weekend. Any closing thoughts here? I want to try and finish this up within 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got him in. I'm gonna want to rewatch that race. I think there's some there may be something there. I don't know if we got a Derby winner, but man, they ran well, and I'm a little interested in that whole field kind of coming back and what they're gonna turn into.
I could see Cold Battle getting in the Super for sure, in the Derby easily. So
especially if we can sit off like that, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So okay, Nick. We'll see you. We'll have 3 races. Hopefully we'll bunch up at least 2 of them, but we're gonna be here for all 3. And if things line up right, we'll have all 3 in one broadcast. If not, just check the schedule. We'll be here. All right, for Weekend Double, I'm Gerald. That's Nick. Have a good day, and hope you hit one.